Well, I'm just really proud of the entire team that worked on the car. It's a fabulous car, dynamics-wise. There were a lot of people that thought a vehicle this big couldn't handle this way. You can take this car out and autocross it and have a ball with it. It's just the handling and the performance of the car, I believe, is going to exceed most people's expectations. And when they get in the car, they're just going to be blown away by it. We're going to be in the low 13s for quarter mile. We're going to be 4.8 seconds, 0 to 60. The vehicle makes 470 horsepower and 465 foot-pounds of torque. The 6.1 was a fabulous engine. The 6.4 builds a lot of torque down low, and that's really where the customer can use it. So you're really going to feel that coming on with the variable intake and the exhaust valves with MDS. We get a lot of torque on the bottom. Yes, the Grand Cherokee is certified at 12 city, 18 highway. And that's about a 15% improvement over the previous model. I think it's a reflection of the technology that's available. As you make cars more efficient to get good fuel economy, it also helps the big performance engines make more horsepower. So as we make the engines more and more efficient, we make more and more horsepower, and the consumers want it, so we're providing it. Yeah, it's one of the key features of the new Jeep. It's a 5-mode system. We start you off in auto mode. We have sport mode. We have track mode. We have a tow mode and snow mode. And in each one of those, we change the characteristics of the car. So for instance, in track or sport mode, we change the bias of the all-wheel drive system. We make it a little more rear-wheel drive bias, so the car starts at 60 rear, 40 front. When you go into track or you go into sport mode, you get 65 rear, 35 front. That makes the car drive a little more like a rear-wheel drive car, but it still will pull you through the corners. When you go over into the tow mode or into snow mode, we use a 50-50 bias on the car. Now, as all of that is happening, that's all interacting, of course, with our ADS suspension system, and it's all tied together to give you good ride dynamics for each one of those conditions. On the paddle shifting, we've got an opportunity for the customer to select a gear as they're coming into downshift, upshift, give themselves somewhat of a manual feel to the car. If you're in a track mode, we've set the car up either in sport or track mode on the Grand Cherokee that we hold gear. A lot of the drivers that run on the track want the car to hold and only shift when they have it shift. And then when you have it in auto mode and you're driving on the street, you can downshift, but if you hit the rev limiter, the car will automatically upshift for you. So you give you the best of both worlds. The active dampening system on the Grand Cherokee is a 3-mode system. We run a track, sport, and auto mode. In each one of those modes, you have in auto, the car will adjust for you. If you're in a corner, it'll give you a little more compression dampening on the outside of the car, a little rebound on the inside of the car, keep the car flatter, and it's doing that for you. When you're in sport mode, we go to a stiff rebound dampening and a standard compression dampening. So you still get a nice ride, but the car is basically sucked down to the road. That's what you'll feel. And then in our track mode, we get full compression and full rebound dampening, and that really slams the car down onto the track. It works very good on smooth roads and gives you excellent handling. So with the ESC modes, we have a full ESC mode in this car, so it allows the car to be very safe in any kind of snow or any slippery conditions. Then we allow you to go partial off with that mode or go fully off if you're in track mode, if you want to really go out and have some fun. Well, it's pretty interesting to take a vehicle that feels like a big luxury SUV and you start to haul it around the track, and of course you get that beautiful exhaust note that's rumbling out of the car and the big V8, and then you come into the first corner you're going to turn it into and you just cannot believe that you're in an SUV ripping around the corners. The traction is unbelievable, the braking is unbelievable. The car hauls itself down very nicely coming into the corner. It rolls around into the corners, has just unlimited traction, And it just starts to make you giggle when you're driving the car. You can't believe that that's what's happening to you. So your mind thinks one thing's going to happen and another thing is happening. Oh, we have huge 6-piston Brembo brakes up front with 15-inch rotors. In the back we have 4-piston Brembos with 13.5-inch rotors. We've got tons of stopping power in this car. It's beautiful to drive.